College essay tips. So essays are important. What are they looking for? They want passion, they want curiosity, they want perseverance, grit, lifetime learners, character traits. So it's not a negative thing to talk about you're a high character trait person. What is a trait? So what kind of things do you value? Empathy. Empathy is a trait, right? I care about other people other than myself. So talking about that in an essay would be a good thing. Empathy. What makes you happy? What makes you mad? I've had a young lady who wrote a whole essay on her sister would take the tops of her magic markers off and then reposition them randomly on her magic markers. Now she was one, all her studying was done with magic markers. She would highlight things in certain colors. Imagine how agitated she wrote a whole essay on it, and how organized she is, and how she plots out her work. And her sister came in just to be a pain in the neck and played with her magic markers. Now, to me, that would be funny. To her, not so fun. Solid narrative. So you gotta tell a story, you gotta be a storyteller. Like, I'm a pretty good storyteller. I try to make it interesting, I talk about kids, share examples. They have to kind of emulate that. They gotta be a storyteller. You gotta create a narrative that proves you have this quality trait, right? So what was that story? The story has to be a moment in time. And I give them things to read to kind of prep them on that. I also give them sample essays to help them get started on picking the theme, how to treat it. Perfect grammar that goes, okay, show versus tell. So how often do you take them? I recommend them more than 3 times. Do I need a prep service? It depends what you got on PSATs, what you got on your first test. It can be a good proxy of whether or not you need to take them or you need a prep service. I think I covered SAT, ACT already. How important are subject tests? They're important if the school requires them. All schools do not require subject tests. So if on your final list, the schools do not require a subject test, don't take them. Colleges aren't going to look at them if they don't require them. All right? And it's not part of the admission process. If you looked at that top criteria, I said SAT and ACT. I didn't say subject test, did I? So it's more for placement. It's more to like make a final decision on a tweener. You're identical or between 2 candidates. You have 2 800s on your subject test. You have a 740, a 690. Take a look. But that is the probability of coming down to that is so remote. All right. Score choice, super scoring. Understand those? Understand score choice and super score, right? Score choice. You take it one time, one seating, and score your highest, and that's the only one you submit. IBs do not accept score choice, though. They want to see everything. Super score is you submit all your test scores, and then you let the college super score. So we'll take it from May, October, August now, and then we pick the highest in either critical reading, math, or the writing section. Okay?
If the student appears only once and scores highest, the IB don't like that.
They don't accept that. Yeah, they want to see everything.
No, if they appear once and they score highest, why would they appear again?
Well, they don't let super score choice allow. So I took the test May of 2016, and I had a perfect score, and I try and submit that to Yale. But I also took it in January 2016. I also took it in October 2015, and didn't do very well. So I don't want to send them.
Oh,
Yale doesn't accept that. They want to
What you
see
mean is
all.
the first seating already perfect.
that's right.
Yeah.
If the
First
sitting-
seating already
Oh, then
perfect.
you're done.
and that's
Don't
no
take it
problem.
anymore.
Oh, okay, that's what I
No
meant.
problem.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Sure.
So
If
that's
you
all your
look at the-
Yeah.
so that's all your scores though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not hiding anything.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I got you.
I better be a better listener. Yeah, reporting, even though on the Common App, there's a section in there where you report your test scores, you still have to have either College Board or ACT send the scores. And that's an additional charge, so if you're applying to 22 schools, that's another $30 to just send the scores. On top of the 75 you're paying for the application, so it adds up. TOEFL, I don't think anyone in here is TOEFL score. Resume, what is the purpose of the resume? Is it for college, is it for a job? A lot of colleges like an activity resume to kind of show students the difference between activity and a skill resume. Activities are just your activities, doesn't talk about where you went to high school, they already know that. It's just the activities you're involved in, your leadership, your involvement, your performance in that activity. How to format it, the length usually should be no more than 1 page, 2-sided. So I cheat, they say 1 page, I say 1 page, 2-sided, so it's a 2-page resume. Remember that you're dealing with people like me, sometimes being older. Don't make the type size small. Don't make it difficult for me to see, but then don't make it so big that you lose your space. So it's a little bit of a finesse there. And then relate to your overall theme. You should have a theme for your, So interviews. I kind of talked about it, interviews. I prep students on how to dress, what to bring, how to prepare, and make them come prepared with a 60-second elevator conversation. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Typically, students do very poorly on that initially. Having good transition questions between the questions you're asking and the questions I'm asking. You want to make sure that when you get done with your presentation, that you ask them a question so they know you're finished, rather than an awkward pause, right? And we've all had them experiences in our life, right? Content questions, academic, futuristic questions, get contact information, follow up, and I never really got into who I was